Hey, what is up, guys, and welcome back to Tigers Franchise. I don't even know what episode we're on now. If you guys could please like and subscribe the video, I'd appreciate it. Or if you don't want to, don't. I just hope you're enjoying my content either way. And first things first, AJ Hinch's contract has expired. So is our farm directors. Off camera, I made Hinch an offer for 3 years, 22 mil. I feel like he's earned another contract. I mean, he did win the World Series. We also offered Tom Cruise, not the actor, a 9-year deal worth 11.5 mil to be the farm director. But we also need to look into our exclusive free agent negotiations, and we'll make him an offer. He wants 2 years. Now, we do have a lot of surplus going into next year, so that is a plus. But I feel like, is anyone really going to offer him? I mean, he was phenomenal last year, actually. I'd be willing to do a 2-year deal or 7 mil, maybe. I mean, he's not going to be a closer. And we'll just normal pay it. That'd be 3.5 a year. I think that's a fair deal for Dylan Flora. We have a team option on Jackson Jobe. We're definitely going to do that. Austin Meadows is kind of a tough one. I don't know what we're going to do with him yet. He hit 303 last year, but he only had 33 at-bats. So, 10 for 33. Good OBP. He walked 4 times, struck out 4 times. So, I mean, in 33 AB, striking out 4 times, that's not terrible. He's only 30, so he's not that old. He still has pop in his bat. Actually, he's still getting better. Everything's went up. Discipline, power, literally everything except for speed. His speed went down 1. I don't want to give him that deal. He's a good bench piece to have, I think, for like 1.5 a year. I mean, he's not going to be an everyday. He'll be a platoon guy. 1 year, maybe 1.6. I could do that deal. I wouldn't mind bringing it. Maybe 2 years. We'll do 2 years, 3.5 mil. We'll do 2 years, 3 mil. I wouldn't mind bringing him back on a 2-year deal. I mean, just as a bench option. Even if he doesn't sign, it's not like a big loss. Torkelson is someone we need to figure out what we're going to do with. Because I think he's 26. He still has a potential. He's a 73 overall. He's a good player. He really was horrible in the playoffs. But he is a good player. Eventually got benched. And, I mean, he had a good regular season. He had 17 homers, 252 average, which isn't great, but 326 OBP is not bad. I mean, we're definitely going to accept his team option here to keep him on the roster, but I just don't know what we're going to do with him. Ken Giles has been in our minors. He's a 73 overall, 35 years old. I'm not paying him that. Jorge Soler power. He's still got good pop in that bat, man. I'd like to just keep the team together if we can, but I really... I don't want to... I'd be willing to do that 1 year, 2.5 to Jorge Soler to keep him on the bench, maybe. Nah, we won't. Alex Fredo will exercise these team options. Tyler Nevin, what is he getting paid? We will decline his, actually. And we will let Tyler Nevin go. So, with that, we move on to AJ Hinch is back for 3 years, accepts the offer. Tom Cruise is now our farm director, not the actor. And here we go. Let's take a peek here. As Austin Meadows hasn't accepted, neither has Dylan Floro, but I think Floro will. I also think Meadows will. And Floro's potential actually went up. He's still getting better at 35 years old. That's awesome to see. And I mean, he was great last year. He had a 2.32 ERA with a 1.2 with the whip. A little high, maybe, but the ERA was phenomenal. Good pitch to contact guy. 64 strikeouts isn't a ton. Well, in 77 innings of work, I lied. It's not terrible. And he was a big addition for us. And we bring Hinch back on a 3-year, $7 million a year. We also get Tom Cruise to direct the farm, so... Here we go. Now into the 40-man. and arbitration and tender contracts and free agency. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is out here. So is Dylan Cease, actually. 30 years old. Be another arm. Catcher is kind of another Dodger. Will Smith. Wow. Zach Gallen out here. Kyle Tucker. Brian Reynolds is interesting. Does he have any? The Astros offered him a 5-year, and that's who he was with before. JT's out here. He's getting up there, though. Brian Reynolds is interesting, but he's just, I mean, he hit 310 last year with a 387 OBP. I'd be interested in Brian Reynolds. Devin Williams is another intriguing one. A lot of good free agents out here. Bo Bichette, Brendan Rodgers, Christian Walker. Wow. Huh. Michael King, Cal Quantrill, Hunter Renfroe, Nasty Nestor's out here. Lane Thomas is out here. He was a Yankee last year, I believe. 30 years old. On the game, I mean. Luis Urias. He absolutely crushes. But, I don't know. What do we want to do? Because we look at the roster here. I mean, Ray Duke is now here. Moving to AA. And Ray Duke is our rookie that we drafted, 73 overall. See, potential's not great, but he's got great stamina. Oh, the velocity's not bad either. Brake's not bad for, 18-year-old. The problem I have with him is I don't know how much better he's going to get with C potential. That picture is scary. But, I mean, you go over here to our relievers. Bednar, we have arbitration on him. We have Bruzdar. But then, man, it gets thin quick. I mean, we have 4 decent guys. We have Elvis Dominguez, who is going to get promoted to AAA, actually, this coming year. So we'll just do that right now. He's going to be, I think, a big part. He's getting better. He's not ready. Yeah, I don't even know if he's close to ready. He still probably needs another couple of years. But, man, he's getting there. Catcher is going to be interesting. We get Eric Haas back. He's still really good at hitting against lefties. The problem is Cartaya showed some signs in the playoffs, and he's getting so much better. Like, do we want Cartaya to just... I mean, he hit 201 last year. That's not going to cut it. I think what we're going to do... We're at catcher is we're going to start with Haas and see which one kind of does better throughout the year. And then go from there. First base is definitely something we need to address. Torque, I don't know. I like him, but man, not great. Is 44 overall. Hoyt Sanford. Look at that stash. Moving to AA. Luis Urias is only 28 still getting it done. Great leadoff hitter for us. Only getting better. His base running aggressiveness went down. We've got him under contract for another 4 years. Jace Young, I don't know. His potential went up. That's clutch. Hit 267 and 30 ABs last year. He was solid. Brady House definitely won't be up to start next year. We'll move him back down to AAA. O'Neal Cruz is definitely going to be around for a while. He was so good. World Series MVP, playoff MVP. So good. Hit 271 with a 336 OBP. Still has 3 years of arbitration. Jonathan Staub is only 20, and this will be his 3rd year in the MLB coming up. That's crazy. Definitely one of our best players. He was good in the playoffs. Well, he was hit and miss in the playoffs, but his defense was always good. Ahmed Rosario is one I'm trying to decide what I want to do. And the reason I say that, I like Ahmed Rosario. His contact went down tremendously. He's 30 years old, and we are paying him for another 6 years a pretty penny. So but he's so versatile. Well, not really. All he does is play outfield, shortstop. Juan Soto obviously is going to be around for a while. Darren Ortega obviously going to be around for a while. And Ortega, another one we are just got to be pumped about. I'm excited for Ortega. Justin Henry Malloy back after he had a bulging disc that kept him out. Well, that was him, right? Or was that? Yeah, no, that was him. That kept him out all last year. Pablo Rodriguez, a potential 53 overall. We'll put him in the AA. What is he? He's got good speed, decent reaction, pretty good defenseman. Riley Green did not have a good year last year. I really thought he was going to be a bigger part of this, but he was really bad last year. You're just looking at this. He's a good depth piece for, another 2 years. We're not getting rid of him, but unless we got a good offer. Vealing's another guy, like, he'll probably offer him arbitration. He had a fine year. I mean, not really, actually. His OBP was horrible, but he was decent. And he's versatile. He can play everywhere, so he'll probably be back. More than likely. And Akil Baddoo is definitely going to be around for a while. And actually, before we keep going here, we got to see our 40-man top guys. No one that I really care about. Is there 40-man? Who is not on it that probably shouldn't be? Grant Witherspoon can be removed from it. So can Jose Cisnero. I mean, who don't we want to lose? We can't lose him. I mean, I'll add Luke Gold. I'd prefer not to lose him. 25, 65 overall would be potential. I'd rather not lose that guy. Colt Keith, we'll throw on there just so we don't lose him. I don't really care about Luis Garcia. Bryant Packard, I'm not really worried about. Justin Henry Malloy is on there. Okay. I think that'll be good. Grant Witherspoon's getting waived. Yeah, and now I'll go through and offer arbitration, and if there's a player that we might sign to an extension, I'll cut back in. But I'll see you guys on the other side. All right, so now that all the contracts are tendered and we've offered arbitration to everyone, we didn't end up having anyone who we really wanted to pay. O'Neal Cruz, we're going to try to stay off spending all that money until we absolutely have to. He'll be 30 when he's out of arbitration. The other one, we got a few pitchers here, but we got to look here in free agency. Dylan Cease is 30 years old. He's good. Zach Gallen's also 30. As we'll go to starting pitchers here. And I mean, there's some good pitchers in here. Spencer Turnbull, former Tiger, now free agent, 33 years old. Marcus Stroman's out here. A lot of good pitchers. And we're just, I don't know if we need a pitcher necessarily, but I also don't hate the idea of going out and getting one because I'm thinking about maybe moving Skubal, who had a terrible year and is getting paid a lot of money. Dylan Floro out here. Where's his only offer? Dylan Tate. Interesting. Rafael Montero, no. Jaime Barria, no. Giovanni Gallegos, no. I mean, I don't want to pay. Jose Alvarado's interested, and he'd be a lefty in the pen. Maybe we'll go after Jose Alvarado. Try a 2-year deal worth, I don't know, 14? Maybe with the team option, if I give you 14 too. I'm bullpen guy, and we will front load it. I don't hate that. If we could go out and get Jose Alvarado, it'd be a good lefty to have out of the pen for 2 years or so. Closing, Devin Williams is obviously out here. He's phenomenal. He's got such electric stuff. But I really like our 1-2 punch of Bednar and Lang right now. Obviously, Williams would be an upgrade from those two, but I just really like it. Clay Holmes out here. Yankees are lowballing him. I just don't really like any of that. Will Smith is out here. So is JT, and then it falls off a cliff. And we have 2 catchers that I'm really comfortable with, so I'm not real concerned with getting a catcher. First base, I mean, obviously Vladdy is out here. We're already paying such a big contract to Juan Soto. I really don't want to go after Vlad. I don't want to spend huge money on a first baseman. Christian Walker, no. Brandon Drury, no. Ty France, interesting. Goldie is out here. Down to an 80 overall. He's getting bad quick. Look at those attribute drops. Josh Naylor's okay. Garrett Cooper's okay. Josh Bell. Who's that? Miguel Sano. Interesting. He's a righty. We'll keep looking. Jonathan Skopek out here. Brendan Rodgers is really good. And that'd be a good guy to have, but I don't know if we really need it. We kind of have a log jam already. Luis Urias, I wouldn't mind as we will view the roster here. We don't have any good third basemen, but we just kind of move guys that can play third around. I don't think I would mind maybe going after Luis Urias. What's he want? Holy moly. Maybe not. I don't want to pay that for him. Max Muncy, though. No, that's my guy. Not really. Jace Peter. DJ LeMahieu is out here. Could be a good slap hitter off the bench, but I don't. Had a good year last year, actually. Yeah, just no one that's really jumping out. Gene Segura's not bad, but he's old. Another old guy. Shortstops, Bo Bichette, obviously phenomenal. Had a great year last year. Hit 309 with a 373 OBP. Phenomenal. Tommy Edman. IKF. He's kind of a do-it-all guy, and he'd be a catching option. We're going to offer IKF. We got to get some Yankee blood on this team. We'll give him, I'd be willing to do maybe 2 years. 2 years at $8 million. I mean, he won't be every day. He'll platoon, but in front load it maybe. And we have a better offer to him than the Diamondbacks did, so that's positive. Kyle Schwarber out here, not interested. Verdugo, not interested. Jock Peterson, can you give us a power bat? But I don't want to pay what? No, that's not actually that bad. Joey Gallo, my favorite Yankee. That's a joke. I can't stand Joey Gallo. Brian Reynolds is phenomenal. I just don't really see a need for him. Cedric Mullen, for the contract anyway. A good free agency class. So Hunter Renfroe would be another power bat. I just don't know. I mean, he did not hit for any average. Hit 22 homers, but hit 227. OBP was fine. I don't think so. George Springer isn't terrible. Had an okay year last year. Had a really good year before it. And yeah, I like those offers. As we will continue on now to Devin Williams goes to the Cardinals. Yankees get Dylan Cease on a 7-year, almost $180 million deal. Braves get Michael King from the Yankees on a 5-year deal. And the Angels are offering us a trade. Jose Quijada for Daniel Cabrera. Why can I not think of Daniel Cabrera right now? I feel like he's an outfielder. He is. He's horrible. I mean, that gives us a bullpen arm. A lefty as well. I actually don't hate this trade. We're going to do it. And we get another arm in the pen, which is really what we're trying to build right now. Jose Quijada, I don't know, comes into the bullpen for us now, and that's a good addition. I like that. We get rid of Daniel Cabrera. We kind of already had a log jam in the outfield anyway. So I'm not upset about that, to be honest. I like that trade for us. How is Tyler Nevin still on the team? I didn't even offer him a contract. Oh, because I haven't renewed it. That'd be why. As we look at our offers, signed Scooble. We got IKF. That's a big pickup for us, just for depth, if anything. IKF comes to the Tigers on a 2-year deal worth, I think it was $8 million. Had a good year last year. I mean, he's not going to start, but he'll be a good bench player for us, a good asset. He can play anywhere. So, I mean, we can just stick him where we need him if we do need him. We're still waiting on Alvarado. Still his top offer. Dylan Flores still hasn't signed, and Austin Meadows is our other offer. Vladdy is still out here, but getting lowballed like crazy. And he's probably not happy about it. What was that offer be? $30 million a year for 15 years, $454 million. Holy, that's a lot of money, ladies and gentlemen. Hunter Renfroe just has one lowball offer. Man, I don't. We don't need him. We don't need him. However, I did want to look at maybe a potential trade for Ahmed Rosario here. So let's see what we can get offered. And right away, a decent prospect from the Orioles. The Twins aren't really offering much. And the only reason I'd move Rosario is he's really struggled at the plate. He was solid in the playoffs, but not many offers. I mean, that contract isn't great. That is totally fair. Man, Still got 5 years left on it. Staub still has a few. Ortega, geez, he's an 89 overall already. I wouldn't really want to trade Riley Green. Just seeing if there's anyone we should maybe look to trade here. I mean, the thing about Skubal is look at that contract, and when you look at that contract, then you go to his stats: a 4.3 ERA, a 1.38 WHIP. Both are horrendous and pretty much the worst he's done since early on in his career. Like, he was terrible last year, but I also and he was not good in the playoffs either. He ended up getting benched for Jackson Jobe at one point in the year, who was great last year in the playoffs, and we have Wilmer Flores coming up, who I'm excited about. He was really good in the playoffs. Casey Mize and Matt Manning will be arbitration. Julio Urias still has 4 years left on that deal. Hunter Green is a free agent in 2 years. Okay. So we have another year before we have to pay him all that money. Because we're going to have a few big deals that we're going to have to make. Bruzdar is just starting his 6-year deal. We'll have him for a while. And Cartaya down will be up, obviously, to start. What could we get for Torque? Just theoretically, Colton Cowser, Steven Campos. Nothing too amazing that I'm seeing here. Yeah, nothing really blowing me away. Jacob Milk, no. David Fletcher, he can hit good. Sean Cantu, a 77 overall closer from the Mariners. We would actually... That's interesting. Sean Cantu only has 3 pitches, but he is a closer. Bats lefty, not that that matters. And he was up last year at 19 years old. Had a great... Well, his whip was pretty darn high, but had a good year otherwise. I don't think I want to get rid of Torque yet, so we won't. We'll continue on here. Brian Reynolds to the Marlins. That team is going to be good. And no, I don't. We already did that. As we look at the tender contracts, nothing I'm really worried about. And maybe we got another guy to sign. Dylan Floro returns and is age 30, what probably will be age 36 season. He's been phenomenal for us, and we're happy to have it back. Dylan Floro back on the Tigers. Still waiting to hear from Alvarado and Austin Meadows. So, not the worst in the world. As last day, no, we already did that. And we have 41 on our 40-man roster. 40-man. Donnie Sands. No. Yes. Donnie Sands would be removed from it. I'm not worried about losing Donnie boy. As we'll continue on here. And we don't need that. We've already done that. Did we get another sign? Jose Alvarado is now a Tiger, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome him aboard. Newest Tiger from Philadelphia, 30-year-old, 4 pitches, throws gas, and he'll be a great addition. Wasn't great the last couple years, but, I mean, 2023, he was phenomenal, 1.86 ERA. Not great last year, but his whip wasn't terrible, so also, you know, he was all right. 3 saves, he blew 2, had 9 holds, only pitched 24 innings. He only pitched in 28 games. Was he hurt? It doesn't matter. But we get Alvarado, and we're just waiting to hear from Austin Meadows. Vladdy is still just vibing out here. Will Smith is getting absolute cash thrown at him. Kyle Tucker's still vibing. Bo Bichette only has 1 low ball offer from the Blue Jays. I just don't like Bo Bichette. It's a mental thing for me. Brendan Rodgers getting some offers here. Hunter Renfroe is still just chilling here. The thing is, I don't know where he would play is my problem. I don't think Jace Young will start, but like Rosario is going to have to probably play the outfield again. You're going to have Torkelson back in the lineup. Arias will start at second. I don't really see him. I mean, he'd be a great bench option, but we have backup outfielders. We have too many of them. So I think we're going to pass. I like Hunter Renfroe. I just don't think we need him. And Will Smith agrees to sign with the White Sox. Wow. Austin Meadows goes to the Astros on a 1-year, $1.7 million deal. Interesting. So we lose Austin Meadows. That's not the worst thing in the world. All players. No, we already did that. Ryan Helsley gets traded to the gets traded to the Phillies from the Cardinals for Justin Crawford and Ryan Martin. Looks like a couple prospects for Ryan Helsley. And Zach Gallen is heading to the Braves. They just get better. And the Braves, man, they're always good in franchise, but especially this year, it feels like the Braves just go out and spend all that money. And man, it's no offers to George Springer, huh? Interesting. I don't think we need him though. This Nasty Nestor has one offer from the Yankees. Yeah, I think we're good. We're gonna go ahead here. Brandon Lowe gets traded to the Red Sox from the Rays, an in-division trade there. Trevor Story is heading back to the Rays from the Red Sox. Interesting. And Gavin Cross also, good young prospect. He's probably in the majors by now, and arbitration. We're good. Cinder Rule 5. Go to the lottery. We have no shot. We pick last. 88 and 74, but we won it all, baby. And we're going to look to repeat that this year. Who gets first pick? That's always the question. And the answer is the Nationals beat out the A's. Oh my gosh, they were so bad, both those teams. We picked 30th. World Series champions. Don't forget it. It's right there in front of you. And here we go, as we will advance to the Rule 5 draft. And here we go. Go to the draft, please. Michael Kopech signs with the Rangers. So they have him and DeGrom. Jeez. Few guys go there. Devin Smeltzer, one of the names I recognize. We don't even get a first-round pick. What? Oh, that was fun. So we'll exit out of that. And we will continue on here to hearings. View offer from the A's. Blake Walston for Colt Keith and Patrick Weber. What is potential 24-year-old lefty? He's got decent stuff. He's probably their best pitcher, honestly. But for Colt Keith and Patrick Weber, I mean, Patrick Weber is a 21-year-old with good potential. And then Colt Keith is one of our few third basemen that we have, and he's still young. I'm going to pass on that, but thank you for the call. Harrison Bader goes to the Rangers from the Braves. The Rangers are going all in. Evan Carter and Josh Smith, not the basketball player, will be the return haul to the Rangers. Interesting. Bo Bichette to the Rockies. How about that? Kyle Tucker heads to the Marlins as well. Wow, a lot of teams making big balling moves out here. Dustin May still chilling. Got a few offers. That'd be interesting. Didn't he play for... No, he's always been a Dodger. Okay. The Dodgers are not even on there offering him. Michael A. Taylor's fast. That's about it. I mean, I'll offer DJ LeMahieu a 1-year deal. I'm not going to lie. Tell you I won't. He's a great ball player. Hasn't been in real life this year, but usually he's good. We'll go after DJ. Alex Lang wins his arbitration hearing. Haas wins his. Vierling wins his. McKinstry wins his. Jace Fry wins his. And we have 41 on the 40 man again. How did that happen? Oh, because I bet you LeMahieu signed. Hey, we have a third baseman. Woo. Go team. We're doing great. And Colt Keith will now be oh, no, he won't. I forget. Let me look at the 40 man. Luke Gold. Garrett Hill can be removed from the 40 man. We'll do that. TJ Antone, who we got with Hunter Green, so I mean, I'm not real worried about it. We'll remove him from the... What? Oh, he has to be off arbitration first. Okay. So we'll continue on with hearings. Jason Foley wins his. Casey Mize wins his. Bednar wins his. Dustin May goes to the Astros. That's a good signing for them. Brendan Rodgers goes to the Nationals. Okay. Akil Baddoo won his. O'Neal Cruz wins his. Washington claimed Garrett Hill. Bummer. Matt Manning wins his. Hey, we won on TJ Antone. Go team. Go Tigers. And there we go. So we won one court case. Because that's how, if you don't know, arbitration basically works. So you get, the organization gives a number, and then the player gives a number that they think they're worth, and essentially what they do is they just go to like a court about it, and it's decided that way. So I mean, really simple. And now that we have the arbitration done, is there anything else we really need to do here in the offseason before we hop into year 4? That's crazy to think about. Bednar. The bullpen we really enhanced. I really like the job we did with the bullpen. I'm looking forward to this bullpen a little more than I was last year, to be honest. As now we go the 40-man. Now I can take TJ Antone off. There we go, baby. All right. I think we're good to go to spring training, boys and girls. And we're going to do it. Here we go. Tomorrow's the last day. No, we're good. And spring training is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. And I think that's what we'll lead the next episode off with. Is here we'll take a quick look at our roster. Juan Soto comes back as the reigning MVP of the league. Under a big deal. Had just a massive year last year. So good. Julio Urias is back. And then we got Hunter Green, Tariq Skubal. Darren Ortega will make his do his second year here. Probably start in left field, at least in the beginning. O'Neal Cruz back for his age 27 year. Jonathan Staub will return, obviously. Had a good year last year. And I feel like we really brought back a good team. I think we got better as we look at some extensions. O'Neal Cruz still has a while. That contract's not going to get any cheaper, is it? Casey Mize is a free agent at the end of the year. That is a lot of money. Can we do like a 3-year deal with less than this? For the boys? Like 3. What about 4 years? 43. Okay. 4 years. 40. That's too much. 4 years, 45 and a half. With a... No. And we'll front load it. No, we'll back load it. Screw it. So, no, we'll front load it. Just for fun. And he accepts. Casey Mize is back for 4 years. David Bednar is a free agent at the end of the year, and that's not a cheap deal. I'd be willing to give him 2 years, maybe 3. I'd be willing to do 3. 3 for say 24, so $8 million a year, and we'll also front load that one. He comes back. We get Bednar back. Lang has 2 years of arbitration left. I'm not real worried about re-signing him. Matt Manning has a few more. Badu has 1 more. Jackson Job's contract is renewable. Oh, jeez. We'll wait till the offseason. Eric Haas is a free agent at the end of the year. We'll talk to him in the offseason. LeMahieu, obviously a free agent at the end of the year. Another guy we'll talk about in the offseason. Torkelson, we'll just see what happens. Chase Fry, I'm not real worried about. And then we look at free agency. Jazz Chisholm and JT Realmuto. The Yankees got Realmuto. I guess I didn't even see that. Tony Gonsolin, Freddie Peralta, going to be another good free agency class coming up. As we'll look around the league here at what I want to do. Top prospects. We can look at top prospects. Giancarlo Lopez will start in the show for I think the first time. Yeah, this will be his first year in the MLB with the Braves. Michael Baz. Up there. He was the Angels draft pick last year. Yeah. Okay. Do we have anyone anywhere? Not looking good, boys. Hey, Elvis Dominguez cracks the top 50 at 49th. He'll start the year in AAA for us with the Mud Hens. And once he gets progresses a little bit, hey, he's a switch hitter. Once he progresses a little more, I'm excited to see what he can do. Only 20 years old. Look at the injured list. Hopefully no one's on that. That's not what I wanted. I wish I had standing projections. I think 2K is like the only one to do that. We're back for on a 3-year deal to be the GM of the Tigers, and we're trying to go back to back with the World Series. And we'll look at our lineup here, and there's 1,000 people. This will probably be the 9 we roll out, other than Torkelson is going to start at first to begin with. We will see what happens after that. And actually, I want Ortega back up here. I want Staub 5, Arias. Yeah, that's fine. I want Ortega and Soto back-to-back again. So we'll do that. Rosario at 7 feels right. Cartaya. I think versus lefties, we will start Eric Haas because he hits lefties so good. I think Cartaya can start against righties. I think that's the way we'll kind of balance it, and then we'll come to a consensus at about the halfway point in the season. Cartaya still got some progressing to do, but he'll get there. Didn't have a good year 1, but I trust he'll bounce back in a big way. Is there a trades? View trade block. No one. Contracts. Okay, so no one needs extended. AJ Hinch is back for another year. So that should do it. In the next episode, we'll be hopping right into spring training, ladies and gentlemen, for year 4. And it's time for a repeat. But until then, it's been the captain. And peace.